It's for the Minister of Education. And Minister, we all know that your Bill 10 is seriously flawed, and in spite of that, you still want to push it through this House quickly. The bill does absolutely nothing to provide a more safe daycare system. We calculate that a minimum of 140,000 independent daycare spaces will be lost and eliminated. You disagree with that number. So, Minister, it's very simple. How many independent daycare spaces have you calculated will be lost? Simple numbers, all I want to hear.
Thank you. Minister of Education.
Yes, thank you. Actually, I'd love to hear how he calculated 140,000. But I can actually.
The member from Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke is warned.
I'm very happy to tell the member opposite speaker that in fact we have, since we came into government, licensed 130,000 new spaces, and that's actual licensing data that we have licensed those new licensed childcare spaces. But I really do have to challenge what the member opposite has said about Bill 10, because as we all know, the Ombudsman recently tabled a report, and he made a number of recommendations. And I simply want to quote what the Ombudsman told Queen's Park briefing. He said, "I'm satisfied that the bill takes care of what needs to be legislated. I'm satisfied with the current course of what's happening and with the undertaking of the Minister to continue."
Supplementary.
Well, the same people that wrote your briefing notes are the same people that let down the daycare system for the last 10 years. Okay? So, Minister, I want to tell you there are rallies being planned to protest the flawed Bill 10 and the loss of 140,000 independent daycare spaces. And we expect a rally will be held in your riding of Guelph in early November, and we'd like to do it according to your schedule. These protests are being held because independent daycare operators have been completely left out of the consultation process that created this flawed bill. And in spite of the fact that independent daycare providers provide about 78% of the spaces in Ontario. But you know what? They don't belong to the Working Families Coalition. They don't have a big union to support them. So since you are denying childcare providers a voice by not allowing the bill to travel, as the MPP for Guelph, will you attend the Guelph rally and hear the concerns of your constituents?
Minister.
Thank you very much. We really do need to talk about the reality of how people have responded to the bill. So, for example, if you talk about the response of Andrea Culver, who's the coordinator for the Ontario Coalition for Better Childcare, she says, this is broad legislation that is going to really crack down on those unlicensed operators who have more than 5 children. But it also has the impact on childcare centres and a very significant proposal for children from 6 to 12. I'd like to tell you, another quote from Andrea Culver. It's really a big step to moving from a patchwork of programs to a system of early learning and childcare. We really feel this legislation is part of the move to create an early learning and childcare system.
New question, member from Hamilton Mountain.